Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj Ki Jai.
Vandeyam Shri Guru Shiyata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivashikam Vidam Sya Om Agyana Timarandasya Gyanajana Shilakya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Gorva Bistam Supurakam Guruganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Bidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Vande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Premna Vebija Pradam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Bharanam Balarka Shailanshitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyamburim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Bandetam Shubharam Mareka Sharanam Nyashishwara Shridaram Vanshakapatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila, chapter 6, the liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And where we're at in the chapter is a discussion is ensuing between between Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and his disciples and Gopinathacharya about Mahaprabhu's divinity. So Gopinathacharya is speaking. Bhattacharya tumi ihar najana mahima Bhagavata lakanera ihate sima. My dear Bhattacharya, you do not know the greatness of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All the symptoms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are found in him to the highest degree. Tahate bhikyata iho paramaishwar agyastani kichunahi vigyara gochar. Gopinathacharya continued, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was celebrated as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Those who are ignorant in this connection find the conclusion of knowledgeable men very difficult to understand. Shishyagan kohe Ishwara kahakon pramane Acharya kohe vigyamata Ishwara lakane. The disciples of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya retaliated. But by what evidence do you conclude that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord? Gopinathacharya replied, the statements of authorized acharyas who understand the Lord are proof. Sishya kohe Ishwara tattva sadayanumane Acharya kohe anumane nahi Ishwara jnane. The disciples of the Bhattacharya said, we derive knowledge of the absolute truth by logical hypothesis. Gopinathacharya replied, one cannot attain real knowledge of the Supreme Lord by such logical hypothesis and argument. So Gopinathacharya is saying logic and some kind of drawing some kind of hypothesis is not the way one can tell who is the Supreme Lord. He's saying this is not the method. There are not adequate means for deciding who is an incarnation of the Lord or who is the Lord himself. Anuman brahmana mahi Ishwara tattva jnane kripa bina Ishwarere keho nahi jane. Gopinathacharya continued, one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead only by his mercy, not by guesswork or hypothesis. Ishwara kripa lesh hoita jahare seta Ishwara tattva janibare pare. The Acharya continued, this Gopinathacharya continuing, if one receives but a tiny bit of the Lord's favor by dint of devotional service, he can understand the nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Atapi te deva padambuja dvaya prasadale shanu grihita evahi janati tatvam bhagavan mahimno nachanya eko pichiram vichinvan. My Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate in order to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. Jajapi Jagadguru Tumi Shastra Gyanavan Pratibite Nahi Pandit Tomara Saman Ishwarer Kripalesha Nahika Tomate Ate Vishwara Tattva Na Parajanite. Gopinath Acharya then addressed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. You are a great scholar and a teacher of many disciples. Indeed, there is no scholar like you on earth. Nonetheless, because you are bereft of even a pinch of the Lord's mercy, you cannot understand him, even though he is present in your house. Tomara nahika do shastre e kohe pandit yadye ishvara tattva jnana kabunahe. It is not your fault, it is the verdict of the scriptures. You cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead simply by scholarship. So Gopinath Acharya tells Sarvabhauma, you are a great scholar and a teacher of many disciples. Indeed, there is no scholar like you on earth. Nonetheless, because you are bereft of even a pinch of the Lord's mercy, you cannot understand them, although he is present in your home. It is not your fault, it is the verdict of the scriptures. You cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead by scholarship. Sarvabhauma Kohe Acharya Sabadane Tomate Ishwara Kripa Ite Ki Pramane. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, my dear Gopinath Acharya, please speak with great care. My dear Gopinath Acharya, please speak with great care. What is the proof that you have received the mercy of the Lord? Acharya kohe bastu bishaye hoy bastu gyan bastu tattva gyan hoy kripate praman. Gopinath Acharya replied, knowledge of the summum bonum, the absolute truth, is evidence of the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Ihara sharire sab ishwara lakan Mahapravesha Tumi Panacha Darshan. Gopinath Acharya continued, you have seen the symptoms of the Supreme Lord in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during his absorption in an ecstatic mood. Tabuta Ishwara Gyan Nahoy Tomar Ishwarer Maya E Bole Vyabhar. Despite directly perceiving the symptoms of the Supreme Lord in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you cannot understand him. This is commonly called Maya illusion. Dekilena deke tare bahirmukha jan shunihasi sarvabhauma bolilabachan. A person influenced by the external energy is called Bahirmukh Jan, a mundane person, because despite his perception, he cannot understand the real substance. Hearing Gopinath Acharya say this, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya smiled and began to speak as follows. Ishtagosti bichar kore na koriyam rosh shastrajishti kohikachu na loya dosh. The Bhattacharya said, we're just having a discussion among friends and considering the points described in the scriptures. Do not become angry. I am simply speaking on the strength of the Shastras. Please don't take any offense. Mahabhagavata hoy, Chaitanya Gosai, Ekal Kalikale, Vishnur Avataranai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is certainly a great, uncommon devotee, but we cannot accept him as an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, because according to Shastra, there is no incarnation in this age of Kali. Ateva Tri Juga Kore Kohe Vishnu Nam Kali Yuge Avatara Nahi Shastra Gyan. Another name for Lord Vishnu is Triyuga, because there is no incarnation of Lord Vishnu in Kali Yuga. Indeed, this is the verdict of the revealed scriptures. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is known as Triyuga, which means that he is manifest in 3 yugas. However, this means that in the age of Kali, the Lord appears not directly, but in disguise. This is confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Itam nri tirya grishi deva yana savatarar lokan viba vayasi hamshi jagat pratipan dharmam mahapurusha pashi yuganu vritam chanakalo yad abhavas triyugota satvam. My Lord, you kill all the enemies of the world in your multifarious incarnations in the families of men, animals, demigods, rishis, aquatics, and so on. Thus you illuminate the worlds with transcendental knowledge. In this age of Kali, O Mahapurush, you sometimes appear in a covered incarnation, Chana avatar. Therefore you are known as Triyuga, one who appears in only 3 yugas. Srila Sridhar Swami has also verified that Lord Vishnu appears in the age of Kali, but does not act as he does in other ages. Lord Vishnu incarnates for two purposes. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam. That is, he comes to engage in pastimes with his devotees and to annihilate the demons. These purposes are visible in the Satya, Treta, and Dwapara yugas. But in Kali Yuga, the Lord appears disguised. He does not directly kill demons and give protection to the faithful. Because the Lord is not directly perceived in Kali Yuga, but is directly known in the other 3 yugas, his name is Triyuga. And also, a point which will be made by Gopinath Acharya is that the Lord is not appearing in Kali Yuga in the form of a Lila avatar. He's appearing in the form of the Kali Yuga as a Kali Yuga avatar. So in all the different yugas, the Lord appears so as a Yuga avatar, but not directly and in other incarnations. So there are 4 yugas and there are 4 Yuga avatars. So certainly the Lord appears in the Kali Yuga. Shunya Acharya kohe duke hoya mane Shastragya karinya tumi kora abhimane. Upon hearing this, Gopinath Acharya became very unhappy. He said to the Bhattacharya, you consider yourself the knower of all Vedic scriptures. Bhagavad Bharata dui shastra pradhan se dui granta bhakye nahi avadan. Srimad Bhagavatam and the Mahabharata are the 2 most important Vedic scriptures, but you have paid no attention to their statements. Se dui kohe kalite sakat avatar, tumikaha kalite nahi vishnura prachar. In Srimad Bhagavatam and the Mahabharata, it is stated that the Lord appears directly, but you say that in this age there is no manifestation or incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Kali Yuge Lila Avatar na Kore Bhagavan Ateva Trijuga Kore Kohi Taranam. In this age of Kali, there is no Lila Avatar of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is known as Triyuga. That is one of his holy names. Prati Yuge Koren Krishna Juga Avatar Tarkanishta Hridoy Tomar Nahi Kabichar. Gopinath Acharya continued, there is certainly an incarnation in every age, and such an incarnation is called the Yuga Avatar. But your heart has become so hardened by logic and argument that you cannot consider all these facts. Asan Varna Strayo Yasya Grinato Nu Yugam Tanu Shuklo Raktas Tatapita Idanim Krishnatam Gata. In the past, your son has had bodies of 3 different colors according to age. These colors were white, red, and yellow. In this age, Dwapara Yuga, he has accepted a blackish body. This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken by Gargamuni when he was performing the rituals at Lord Krishna's name-giving ceremony. He states that the incarnations of the Lord In other ages had been white, red, and yellow. This yellow color refers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whose bodily complexion was yellowish. This confirms that in past Kali Yugas the Lord also had incarnated in a body that was yellow in you. It is understood that the Lord incarnates in different colors for the different yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. Accepting the color yellow, Pita, as well as other characteristics, the Lord incarnated as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the verdict of all Vedic authorities. So Gopinath Acharya here is discussing the Yuga avatars because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says the Lord's Tri Yuga doesn't appear in Kali Yuga. And Gopinath Acharya says, you may be talking about Lila avatars, but there is always a Yuga avatar in every age. And according to this verse cited from Garga Muni, when he's performing the name-giving ceremony for Krishna, he says, in the past, your son, Krishna, has had bodies of 3 different colors according to the age. These colors were white, red, and yellow. In this age, Dwapara Yuga, he has accepted a blackish body. So those are the 4 colors in the previous Yuga. Dwapara Yuga, Krishna had a blackish color. But it is also mentioned that there is a white color, there's a red color, and a yellow color. So the yellow color refers to Kali Yuga avatar, which is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Iti Dwapara Urvisha Stuvanti Jagat Ishwaram Nana Tantra Vidanena Kala Vapi Tatashrinu. In this age of Kali, as well as in Dwapara Yuga, the people offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead by various mantras and observe the regular principles of the supplementary Vedic literatures. Now please hear of this from me. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagyaya Sankirtana Prayar Yajanti E Sumedasa. In this age of Kali, those who are intelligent perform the congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead who appears in this age, always describing the glories of Krishna. That incarnation is yellowish in you and is always associated with his plenary expansions such as Nityananda Prabhu and personal expansions such as Gadadhar Pandit, as well as his devotees and associates such as Swarup Damodar. This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam is explained by Sri Jiva Goswami in his Krama Sandarbha, as quoted by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur in regard to the explanation given in Adi-lila. So this verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam, and it begins, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam, that in this age, Krishna appears in a color which is not blackish. Or normally we will know Krishna is coming in a blackish color. But in this age, Tvisha Krishnam, he appears rather in a yellow color. And he comes with his close associates. He performs Sankirtan, and he's understood by those who are those who are intelligent. So this is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that explains or gives some explanation that in the future the Lord will come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Srimad Bhagavatam was compiled 5,000 years ago, but Mahaprabhu came 500 years ago. In this age of Kali, those who are intelligent perform the congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears in this age always describing the glories of Krishna. This incarnation is yellowish in you and is always associated with his plenary expansions, such as Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and personal expansions such as Gadadhar, as well as his devotees and associates such as Swarup Damodar. Then there's also the following verse, which is cited by Gopinath Acharya from the Mahabharata. Suvarna Varno Hemango Varangas Chandanan Gadi Sannyasa Krich Chama Shanto Nishta Shanti Parayana. The Lord, in the incarnation of Gaurasundar, has a golden complexion. Indeed, his entire body, which is very nicely constituted, is like molten gold. Sandalwood pulp is smeared all over his body. He will take the fourth order of spiritual life, sannyas, and he will be very much self-controlled. He will be distinguished from Mayavadi sannyasis, and that he will be fixed in devotional service and will spread the Sankirtan movement. Gopinathacharya quoted this verse from the Mahabharat's Vishnu Sahasranam Stotra. Tomarage eta kata kataranahi prayojan Ushara bhumete jena bijera ropan. Gopinathacharya then said, there is no need to quote so much evidence from the Shastras, for you are a very dry speculator. There is no need to sow seeds in barren land. Tomaru pare tara kripa jabe habe esab siddhanta tabe tumya kohibe. When the Lord will be pleased with you, you will also understand these conclusions and will quote from the Shastras. So when you get the mercy of the Lord, then you'll understand what I'm talking about, and you'll also quote from the Shastras. Tomara je sishyako he kutaka nanabad ihara kidosha e mayara parshad. The false arguments and philosophical word jugglery of your disciples are not faults of theirs. They have simply received the benediction of Mayavad philosophy. So you and your disciples, the way you talk, the way you can't understand Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's not really the fault of your disciples. It's the fault of this is what they have simply received the benediction of Mayavad philosophy. So he's sarcastically saying, this is what you get when you become an impersonalist. You can't understand anything about divinity. Yeds chaktayu varatam vadinam vai vivadasam vada bhuvo bhavanti kurvanti chaisha muhur atma moham tasmai namo nanta gunaya bhumne. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is full of unlimited qualities and whose different potencies bring about agreement and disagreements between disputants. Thus the illusory energy again and again covers the self-realization of both disputants. So I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is full of unlimited qualities and whose different potencies bring about agreements and disagreement between disputants. Thus the illusory energy again and again covers the self-realization of both disputants. So there's always going to be this argument going on between those who are actually believers and understanders of divinity and those who can't come to those conclusions, who are bereft of any spiritual vision of life. So there'll always be some argument. But actually, for someone who has some substantial relationship with the Lord, they can see the hand or the touch, or even you can say the signature of the Lord in every grain of rice and everything that exists. You can see divinity. But those who are bereft of that, they can't see that at all. So there always will be some discussion, always will be some arguments, and this happens all the time. Yuktam cha shanti sarvatra pashanti brahmana yat yuktam cha shanti sarvatra bashante brahmana yata mayam madiyam udgriya varatam kim nu durgatam. In almost all cases, whatever learned Brahmins speak becomes accepted. Nothing is impossible for one who takes shelter of my illusory energy and speaks under her influence. So what this means is sometimes sometimes Srila Govinda Maharaj would refer to rishis as research scholars. So if you're writing a research dissertation, you can't just agree with whatever has been said before. It has to be something unique. So everyone, who's supposedly a spiritual authority, what they will speak to be a rishi. It will be a unique compilation. Yes.
If we can see God in everything, we see divinity in a grain of rice. Isn't there divinity in this dissenting perspective?
Isn't there divinity in what?
In this dissenting perspective of impersonalism, there's God in that as well?
Well, if someone is ultimately of the highest realization, like Uttamadhikari, yes, then he can see everything's under the plan of the Lord. But those who are in the middle position, they're still theists, just said they worship the Lord, they have association with devotees, they preach to the innocent, and they avoid the association of those who are grossly inimical to the Lord. So that's a middle position. Now what you speak is, yes, of the highest stage of realization. One can see even those who are of disagreeing mood, they're also under the plan of the Lord. But when we're not in that highest realization, then we'll see things in according to our own stage of advancement. But still, I will say that one who has a little grace of the Lord will be able to see the Lord's presence in every aspect, even of the material nature. Now, then there's also things that may appear to be contradictory, things that are difficult for people to understand. Like people will say to me, if God exists, why is there so much violence in the world? Why there's so much inhumanity and things like that? But if we're going to consider what is the actual nature of love, and we're going to talk of love of Godhead, love is not forced. Love is not something imposed upon one by threat or by force. Srila Sridhar Maharaj used to say, Bhakti by force is no Bhakti at all. So in order to understand free will, you have to have some choice in what are your decisions. And if you have free will, what you need free will in order to be able to come to the stage of love, then also you have free will to do something horrifically wrong too. That's just the nature of unlimited choices which one can make. They may be good or they may be bad. But ultimately, all these different things exist because we're in a different place. We're not saying that everything goes on in this world is just like some Pollyanna, view of, that everything's like paradise. We're not thinking that this world is looking like paradise. There are some places in this world that look very ostensibly like hell. So everything exists when there's unlimited choices. But without free choice, there's no consideration of love. Rather, for instance, if a man asked his wife, why did you choose me as why are you with me as your husband? And if she says, well, because nobody else would have me, that is not very satisfying. That there's some indication that this was imposed upon her, because of everyone else rejected her. But the nature of our existence with the Lord and free will is not occurring by some kind of force that you have to love the Lord, otherwise you will perish in hell. That's a very simplified view, which sometimes we hear that if you don't actually accept the Lord, then you will be cast into hell. That very, you know. First of all, as I said, you don't have to go so far to find hell. You don't have to wait. You could have it right now if you like. Yuktam cha shanti sarvatra bhashante brahmana yata mayam madiyam udgriya varatam kim nu durgatam. In almost all cases, whatever learned Brahmins speak becomes accepted. Nothing is impossible for one who takes shelter of my illusory energy and speaks under her influence. So what I was saying before is, every great, rishi who's a research scholar, they have to come up with some new and unique hypothesis, consideration, just like a research scholar is writing, some kind of dissertation for his master's degree or whatever it is, has to come up with something unique, some unique form of research. You can't just say, oh, what this person has already said, I'm in a complete agreement with that, and go on to explain why he's in agreement. That will not be accepted. They'll say, you have to come up with some unique view, something that hasn't been done before. So all these persons will come along and speak something which is according to their own need for pratishta or for some fame or reputation. Tabi Bhattacharya kohe jaha gosairastane amaraname gana sahita koran nimantrane. After hearing this from Gopinath Acharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, "First go to the place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is staying and invite him here with his associates. Ask him on my account. Prasadani tare kora age bikka paschadashi amare koraya sikka." Take Jagannath Prasad and first give it to Mahaprabhu and his associates. After that, come here and teach me well. Acharya Bhagini Pati Shalaka Bhattacharya Nindastuti Hashe Shikka Korana Acharya. Gopinath Acharya was the brother-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Therefore, their relationship was very sweet and intimate. Under the circumstances, Gopinath Acharya taught him by sometimes blaspheming him, sometimes praising him, and sometimes laughing at him. This had been going on for some time. Acharya Siddhande Mukunda Hoila Santosha Bhattacharya Bhakya Mane Hoila Dukkha Rosha. Srila Mukunda Datta felt very satisfied to hear the conclusive statements of Gopinath Acharya, but he became very unhappy and angry to hear the statements put forward by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Gosairastani Acharya Koila Gaman Bhattacharya Namitare Koila Nimantran. According to the instructions of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Gopinath went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and invited him on the Bhattacharya's behalf. Mukunda Sahita Kohe Bhattacharya Kata Bhattacharya Nindakore Mane Panabhyata. The Bhattacharya's statements were discussed before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gopinath Acharya Mukunda Datta disapproved of the Bhattacharya's statements because they caused mental pain. Shuni Mahaprabhu kohe aiche mat kaha amaprati Bhattacharya hoy anugraha. Hearing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Do not speak like that. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has shown great affection and mercy to me. Amara sanyas dharma chahina rakite batsaye karuna koran ki dosha ihate." Out of paternal affection for me, he wants to protect me and see that I follow the regulative principles of a sannyasi. What fault is there in this? Ardin Mahaprabhu Bhattacharya Sane Anande Korila Jagannath Darshane. The next morning, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya together visited the temple of Lord Jagannath. Both of them were in a very pleasant mood. Okay, so tomorrow, this chapter is about the liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So what we heard before is how Mahaprabhu came to Jagannath Puri first before the devotees, saw the Lord faint in the temple, was in a stage of trance, ecstatic trance. No one knew what to do with him. He's lying there in the temple. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told his disciples and the watchmen of the temple, take him to my house. So they took Mahaprabhu to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house. Then the devotees arrived and they went to see Mahaprabhu, and then Mahaprabhu had been lying in trance. They could not, at first Sarvabhauma couldn't even tell clearly whether he was alive or not, because just there was very faint breathing coming from his nostrils. Then after some time Mahaprabhu regained consciousness, and then Gopinathacharya, who's Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's brother-in-law, he then is discussing Mahaprabhu's divinity. And tomorrow what we'll hear is a conversation that actually happens when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya tries to teach Mahaprabhu Vedanta philosophy. So it's very interesting. Okay. What happened with that? Kartals. You know what they look like, right? They're the white string. White string. Yeah, that looks like them. I don't need it. Hari Harai Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Mananaman Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Janardan Seva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatam Bhakta Raguna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raguna Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jai Te Vignana Shavista Puran Jai Gosai Charmui Janardan Dasava Padarenu Mora Panchagas Pader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas Janame Janame More Abhilas Jai Gosai Jabe Brate Kodabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjai Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriya Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naradhamadan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriya Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naradhamadan Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jai Sak Parikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Tara Sarasri Srimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Tara Sarasri Srimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachar Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premzigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagwat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Vishwabaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Sri Navadip Dham ki jai, Sri Ram Mayapur ki jai, Saparshada Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Saparshada Sri Mahaprabhu ki jai, Sri Koladvip ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki jai, Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Sevashram ki jai, Ganga Devi ki jai, Tulasi Maharani ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Sri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai, all the assembled devotees Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.